Hi everyone. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the difference between what we interpret love to be and what love actually is. So sometimes a lot of us we take abuse and we call it love. So I would just try to explain in this video today and list some of the types of abuse. I will go into detail in another video on every single type of abuse and give examples for them. But today I'll just be listing them. All right, so abuse in psychology, the definition that is out there is that it's interaction in which one person behaves cruel, violent, demeaning, or in an invasive manner towards another person or animal. This term most commonly implies to physical mistreatment. So physical abuse is definitely one of the most prominent ones that we definitely can identify. But it also, there is sexual abuse and there is psychological abuse. Psychological abuse is emotional abuse, mental abuse. So the 8 common types of abuse are physical, sexual, psychological, emotional, financial, reproductive, digital, and stalking. So for a lot of you, you may not realize that you're being abused by someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse alone. It could also be a parent, a sibling. So when we use the term love, sometimes we may not understand exactly what that means. Okay, so the textbook version of what love is essentially true love means that you have unwavering, unbreakable, and unparalleled fondness and devotion for your partner or another person. It also is defined by an emotional or physical connection to whoever it is that you're in a relationship with. And anything you do as regards to this person, you always think of how would they feel first. So there are 12 basic signs of textbook edition of what love is. So you feel safe with them. How many times you're in a relationship but trust isn't there? Is that really love? They listen. So you don't have to speak to this person more than once. They hear you the first time and they either choose to ignore it or they choose to make themselves better within the connection. They acknowledge your differences instead of trying to change you. So a lot of the times I use the term you're being trained in a relationship. So the person could very well be telling you what it is they expect from you, but when you voice your opinion on things that you think that they should look into change on themselves, they totally ignore it, right? You can communicate with each other easier. So it's easy to speak your mind and be truthful in a relationship. They encourage you to do your own thing. How many people are so codependent on their partner that they no longer have their own identity? It's only what this person deems to be fit that they do. That is not love, that is abuse. You trust each other. Like in the beginning, I was saying trust. If you do not trust that person, you do not actually love that person. Vice versa. They make an effort. They go out of their way to make sure you're comfortable. The same way that you go out of your way to make sure that they are comfortable. You know how to collaborate and compromise. So there are certain times in a relationship that you know it isn't possible for somebody to do something and you understand the reason. Sometimes you have people in your life and they're very unreasonable when you cannot fulfill a request that they have. You need to check within yourself and within your partner to figure out, is there a healthy compromise here? Am I the only one compromising when it comes to this relationship? They help you get your needs met. So it's not all about that. I've had a lot of clients over the years that told me that they accommodate their partner, but it isn't reciprocated. If this person expects you to always meet their needs, but isn't bothered with what you need, that is also not love, but abuse. They respect you. Now, that is something that I'm realizing more and more, that the world today doesn't have respect for each other. We tend to go above and beyond, but yet still at the end of the day, appreciation and respect is something that we're no longer practicing. It's like a foreign concept to say thank you, to say please, to say I appreciate you. And it doesn't take an occasion to bring out somebody's love for you. They do little things every day to show you or to express to you that you are important to me. I thought about you today. In small little gestures, it doesn't have to be grand. How many of you are in relationships currently, and the only time you get flowers or you get a dinner, it's for Valentine's or it's for your birthday? Otherwise, right through the year, you're being treated like crap. How many of you can honestly look at this video and say, I am in a relationship like that, and it is not okay for this person to treat me this way? And when somebody truly loves you without conditions and without wanting to train you the way they want you to be, they will always want what is best for you. They will always encourage you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. A lot of the times we're in relationships, and instead of this person help you build yourself up, they literally tear you down. They make you feel like you're not good enough. They make you feel like you're the one at fault. But are you really at fault, or is that person just your abuser and not your lover? A lot of the times I tell my clients that you have to figure out what type of relationship you're in. Are you in a relationship with your abuser, or are you in a relationship with your lover? Because one cannot be the other. Because somebody that loves you will not hurt you knowing fully well that something will hurt you and do it anyway. We aren't programmed to love people like that. When you love someone, you give of yourself. You give everything that you have. And a lot of the times, we get lost in being comfortable and not realizing that we're accepting abuse and calling it love. Because someone stays in a relationship, it doesn't mean that they love you. It just means that they're comfortable with the way they get to abuse you. So, for a lot of you that has made it this far to this video, I want you to really sit back and think about what I'm saying. Because we go through our whole life accepting what people think is the norm. It's not. And for a change to happen in your relationship, it must begin with you. You have to stand up and let this person know, I'm not willing to accept this anymore. I'm not willing to be your doormat. I'm not willing to be abused anymore by you. If you do love me, this is what we have to do to work on this connection. But for a lot of us, we are so afraid of being alone that our standards is way below what it should be. And anytime you have to compromise that much and compromise your own integrity to have someone in your life, it's not worth it. So let go if you have to, but first understand the difference between abuse and love. In another video, I will go into further details on the different types of abuse, and I would give examples for them. Stay tuned for that, and I do hope that this video enriches your life and open your eyes to a lot of things that you may not have been aware of before. All right, so do have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me in your own words, what do you believe is love for you? Have a good one.